One of my favorite stories is the Notorious B.I.G., the rapper that died now a few decades ago. I was part of that generation that was around when he was alive, and he talked about his future. It was right before he got killed, actually here in Vegas, where I live. And he said, "I don't want to get into the clubs, through the velvet rope, because I have the number one album out, which he would have shortly after with the second album, Life After Death. No, I want to get into the clubs. I want to be respected and loved for who I am, not because I'm the hottest person out." I think about that all the time. When I'm coaching people, I'm a business coach, I'm an entrepreneur, um, and I've had the number one books. I've been on the bestseller list. You know, sold my last startup. The assumption is that I won't always be the soup du jour, which I'm not. Got gray hairs now. I'm more behind the scenes. But so is Jay Z. So is 50 Cent. If we're going to continue with the hip hop music motif. And I mean, if you're my age or if you were in the club, no pun intended, you remember when they couldn't walk into a room with everybody screaming, when they had the number one grip on pop culture. Think about your favorite artists. At one period of time, they're quote unquote on top of the world. And no matter how many antics happen, no matter how much they might have hustled, there's someone else in the spotlight. As creators, and I coach creators, perhaps like you, we have to know that. We're not always going to be on stage. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. There could be death. It could be a shift in culture. It could be a different generation and they're not rocking with what we have to give. But if you stick around in the business of whatever you are, I don't mean that you make a living with it. I mean the business of art, the business of creating. I'm fortunate. I've been doing this for decades. And once you get that long view, you realize everything goes in cycles. Your particular style of talking or style of rapping or style of music or style of crocheting or style of coaching, whatever your thing is. It might not be popular now, and it could be popular next year. And it might not be popular again. But if you stick with it, it continues. The key thing is to be patient with those cycles and those waves, like being a surfer, like being a swimmer. Those waves are going to continue. So you can either panic and then, quote unquote, sell out your art, start changing things up to stick with the times. Like the meme from the Airheads movie. Hey kids, how you doing? And it's someone that's like my age. You want to be that guy or gal? I don't. There's pieces of art that I created literally 2 decades ago that are suddenly in vogue. 2 decades ago. But that requires sticking to the program. And hopefully your program is based on who you are, not who you think you should be. Because that's going to stand the test of time. My guys above me, James and John, they've been dead for, in some cases, decades. They were who they were supposed to be. Even when James Baldwin had to leave for France, Even when John Coltrane was told that he was destroying jazz. But here I am. I'm not even sure if our lives overlapped. He might have been dead before I was born. And I'm listening, and my family's listening to his music. So that's the question then. If you want the white hot spotlight, as Jay-Z had said in a recent interview, then sure, you can aim for that. I've been in it a little bit, in my little small way. But if you want to stand the test of time, you can't be in the spotlight the whole time. You need time to grow. You need time to live the rest of your life. And most importantly, I would argue, you don't need to compromise your art. Because the world's going to turn, and eventually it'll turn your way. Even if it's after you pass away.